Welcome to It Takes Two. I'm Blair.
I'm Chris.
And today we'll be talking about Love is Blind UK, Season 1, Episode 6.
Subscribe, like, share, comment. Blair, you need to make a promise to me right now in front of everybody.
What?
This episode got me charged up.
Okay.
Let's try not to stumble over each other trying to get to these folks.
I'm going to let you say your piece, and
Right.
you let me say my piece. I think we'll be okay.
Okay, so after each scene, I'm going to ask. I'm gonna give it time to breathe.
All right.
I'm gonna give it time to breathe.
right.
I'm not just gonna jump in.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it time to breathe, so to be like,
Okay.
okay, you ready?
Yes.
Walk us through this, please.
Demi and Ollie.
Yeah.
So she admits that she got in her head last night.
She did.
She was waiting for them to have their conversation and didn't feel good when Catherine and Ollie actually had the conversation.
Okay.
Demi says that she struggles with communication sometimes and she would rather keep quiet than say how she feels.
Yeah.
Ollie tells her that she's human. She can have emotions. She could be jealous or whatever it is that she's feeling. And he reassures her that he isn't going anywhere.
You first.
I'm glad that he reassured her.
Yeah.
And I felt like the conversation went well. I'm glad that she opened up to him. I think that Ollie just needs to be a little bit more physical in his reassurance as well. It can be one thing to hear somebody say they're there for you, but if you're not getting touched, kissed, and like I said, there's a lot that they're not showing with them.
Yeah.
Because she said that they've done it. So I'm just kind of working on limited information. But if it's all word service and no actions, it can kind of feel like you might not be fully in. Yeah. So
yeah, my only thing about it, she said that a lot of her relationships failed because of she didn't communicate how she felt, and then on top of that leads to even more insecurity. And I'm not harping on Demi, I'm not trying to dogpile on her, but I can see whenever you're insecure about something and you're spiraling, right, you look for things. That's when you get into prove it mode. And Demi is right on that line of needing the public reassurance of prove it to me with the kissing and the touching and the things like that. And maybe the private, I know she talked about the back rubs, I know she talked about the cuddles and things like that, but she also said in the last episode, I need some public cuddles too. You get what I'm saying? And I know for some people, PDA is not their thing. Honestly, my thing, I'm not really a big PDA fan. I have no problem with it, but I will show my version of PDA to you and things like that to let you know you got a man, I got you, you're mine. You get what I'm saying? But it will not look like us tonguing each other down in like the middle of the road. It will not look like us groping each other in public, but it will look in a way that she understands that I like her. And I do feel like Ollie can help. One way I can for sure tell you how you can help is just stand next to her. In last episode, you at one table, she at the other table. Just stand next to her. Nobody, I understand we can talk about the physical and the kissing and the touching and the licking and all things of that nature. Just stand next to her.
Or put your arm around her.
Just stand next to her. Exactly. Being at one table while she's at another table, it does you leave so much space for things to be misinterpreted, you know?
So we get to Catherine and Freddie.
Uh-huh.
They enjoyed the party with each other last night.
Yeah.
He does one thing that pisses her off, which is leave the toilet seat up.
Okay.
But that's something he says he will work on. The thing that she does that annoyed him was all the sniffling she was doing in his ear when he was trying to sleep.
Yeah.
So moving on to Jasmine and Bobby, they went to go swimming. Looked like they had fun with that.
Nice.
Maria and Tom have lunch. He asked, do you think when people look at us that we suit each other? And Maria says yes. Like the girls think so. He thinks that they have just a natural rapport with each other and it shows. This was my first little inkling of Tom being too worried about the appearance of things, the optics of things. I guess for some people, the fact that we look good together makes a difference. By the time you're 38, 39, Tom's age, I don't know if that should matter or should even be a question of how do people see us when we look together. That was kind of odd to me for an almost 40-year-old person to think.
It was odd for me specifically on the fact that you came on a show that don't lean on the looks.
Right. Right, so, that too.
So how would you know what Maria look like and things like that. Like maybe you don't feel certain about her, so you're like, hey, do people think do we look good? Yeah, it just seemed a little weird. I got my eye on Tom.
Yeah,
because the way this episode ended with Tom too made me go, Tom.
Yeah, that was the first kind of like pink flag where I'm just like, what do it matter?
Yeah, I'm like Thomas, you know.
So Nicole and Benaya, they're sharing some wine outside of the winery. Yeah. He says that they are exploring things physically. Something is brewing. Okay. She's pretty, so it helps. Nicole says that the emotional attraction is important, and then to share those physical moments together. Okay. She wasn't intimate with anyone until her 20s, and he is glad that they're taking things slow because he has similar, life experience as well. And they both feel that it should be right and special when it does happen.
Yeah, I understand people may like this whole Nicole and like Benaya thing. I just don't trust it.
Yeah.
I just don't trust it. One of them go leave each other at the altar.
I like it.
Blair likes
them
it
together.
It's something about them that I don't know what it is. And maybe I need 4 more episodes. But one of them go leave each other at the altar.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
So we got Sabrina and Steven. They are riding horses. They end up having champagne on the beach. She's excited for him to meet her friends, and they're just enjoying getting to know each other. They share a kiss.
Yeah.
So with Catherine and Freddie, she asked if it's going to be weird to tell people that I'm your wife or your fiance, like when we get back to our day-to-day. And Freddie says, no, not really. Like he has a small circle of friends. And Catherine asks, well, are there any exes or like girlfriends that I need to be worried about? And Freddie, he's like laughing and stuff. And she's like, you're laughing, but I'm serious. And he's like, no, there's nobody you need to worry about. He is head over heels for her. Well, Catherine sometimes feels that she's not good enough for Freddie. And he's like, I tell you, you're beautiful every day. Yeah. And she has never been with somebody who said it and meant it. So she doesn't really trust it fully. And that's why she needs constant reassurance.
Yeah.
So Freddie does trust their connection. She trusts him, but she says it's going to take her a little bit longer. Okay. She asked if he ever cheated, and he said that he did in the past once. The girl found out about it, and he did regret it. He wants to be honest with Catherine. He's like, if I didn't want to be honest with you, I could have just lied and said I didn't. But the fact that I'm telling you, like, I hope that means something to you. And Catherine shares that she never cheated. She respects him for telling the truth, but it's hard for her to hear that. She usually sticks by the thought that once a cheat, always a cheat. So every relationship she's been in, she's been cheated on, and that worries her. She thinks that she will struggle when they get back to their normal life.
Me first. You said it in the notes because you had to say it that Freddie cheated on Kat.
No. You would think it the way she responded.
No, you rewind it. You said that Freddie
didn't come out my mouth.
Cheated on Kat.
Didn't come out my mouth.
So what are we talking about here? I'll tell you what's going on. Thank you for asking. She's looking for an out. She's looking for an out. And be careful of those people that fish for fake compliments. You get fake praise. Oh, I just feel like you're too good for me. And that way that's when he's worshiping you now. Now obviously like you're beautiful, you're right for me, you are the perfect one for me, because she just like to blow her head up. And now she's taking this cheating thing, which we found out it was over 7 years ago. Yeah. Right? To where she was like, well, did you like admit it to her? He was like, well, she found out. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't something that I came out right, but when I got caught, I was caught. You know what I mean? And she's basically like, I got something to hold over your head now. Yeah. Even though it did not happen to me, it has nothing to do with me. And then she's using her other excuses of every relationship I've been cheated on. Well, that's them, and that's your relationship. And guess what? The common denominator is you. Okay. You get what I'm saying? Maybe you are someone that gets cheated on. But to actually look at him and to shift your energy towards Freddie is weird to me. That's all I had to say about that.
Yeah, but that's where I feel like Catherine, she is one. I think she's a little too sensitive. I think she takes things personal that have nothing to do with her. Just the fact that Demi was feeling away, and she was like, "Now I feel like I got tension with Demi." No, Demi is just feeling weird about this little triangle that's going on. It's not necessarily you. Yeah. So I think Catherine is just someone who looks for drama, and this was another thing that she can be upset about.
Yeah, you're right.
So the couples gather. Catherine has been acting weird towards Freddie since their conversation about him cheating in the past. So then the hosts arrive. So they share that it is the last day in paradise.
Yeah.
They're going to move into a neutral space when they get back to London. They'll all get their phones back and meet each other's friends and family. So the wedding is also in a couple of weeks. So there's a lot of things to get prepared for.
Yeah, you're right.
Jasmine tells Demi that if anyone breaks her heart, she's going to off them. And Demi tells her, look, girl, I'm happy. I really am happy.
Listen here. Be careful when it comes to who you call your friends. Because they always in this, I'm going to prove it to you how much I'm into you. You know, if anyone breaks your heart, first of all, why are you in here? You know what I'm saying? Let's start with that. Why are you so concerned about my heart at this point? I met my guy at the same time you met your guy.
Exactly.
But if anybody break your heart, I will hurt them in ways that they can't be hurt no more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, you're trying too much. You look like someone you look like a traitor, to be honest, because she's trying so hard to prove her loyalty. And loyalty is not something that you can prove with words. Loyalty is not something that you can even prove with actions. It's proven in time.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Time is the only way to prove loyalty. So it just feel like Jasmine is coming on too strong of I'm behind Demi and things like that. And I'm just like, no, I don't believe it.
Yeah, and I think also another layer of that is that people feel like they can disrespect Ollie. And if he doesn't do right, then they're going to give him a piece of their mind. And it's just like, would you feel that way with any of the other men? Or is it just Ollie you feel like you can be this aggressive
on
with?
Fire today.
So,
oh my goodness.
So that's another question to me of why do you feel so comfortable one getting in their business and one giving it to Ollie? What is it about Ollie that makes you think you can pop off at the mouth to him?
I gotta make sure you ain't wearing my dashiki or something like that. No, that's 100%.
But it's a
right.
question.
No, that's facts though. Because how? Listen here.
Why are you that comfortable?
Let me give you a secret of how this goes in relationships. If you come here, and this is just an example, nobody done this, so I'm not singling nobody out, but I'm just using an example with everybody. There's no way you could come on this show and comment, I love you, Blair, but that man you sit next to is trashy. You think Blair go heart the comment? Do you think I'm gonna heart the comment of Christopher? You make great points. I don't really. You need like a new co-host. You think I'm gonna heart the comment?
You think he gonna replace me?
No, like no. It's so. What makes you think that you're Team Demi when you're basically like I will hurt the person that she's in love with? She said it numerous times. She loves Ollie.
Yeah, and she's happy with him.
So and that's what I'm saying. She's trying too hard to where I'm like I don't believe you. But let's keep going.
So Benaya is asking Ollie how he's doing.
Yeah.
And Ollie, I feel like Ollie just had like a bunch of word vomit. He was saying a lot of things. I don't know if he really meant or believed what he said.
While saying nothing, yeah.
He was saying that, we're not that touchy-feely compared to the other couples. Yeah. He's thinking like, are they possibly doing something wrong? But he says that he has nothing to prove to anybody else other than himself and Demi. But he is feeling a little bit isolated.
Hey, Ollie. Breathe.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's getting to you.
And my thing is, don't look at what everybody else is doing. And I think that can be hard to do because you're at wherever you're at with your person. And then when you see everybody's all touchy-feely, a lot of these people have already got it in, okay?
Yeah.
A lot of these people just move fast in general. And if you're not that way, if you're comparing yourself, like you're always going to be behind.
Yeah.
So I just think that it's just too much comparison going on.
And this is a perfect example of he's feeling the comparison. I asked you how you're doing. Now you're justifying.
Right. And Benaya's not trying to say nothing to you. He really just asked how you're feeling today.
I just got here. You know what I'm saying? Sam was supposed to be here. I just got here. So it's like, that's when you know it's getting to him. This was the first sign of things getting to Ollie because I asked you how you're doing and now you're justifying things. You get what I'm saying?
Next, Demi and Catherine talk.
Yeah.
Demi admits that she was triggered.
Okay.
Catherine has been sure about Freddie. She cares about Demi and it hurt her because Demi wasn't being herself.
Yeah. This gonna be a little toxic, but just listen to what I'm gonna say. Be careful showing people your weak spots. Don't be so quick.
Open. Right.
Don't be so quick to show people, oh, this hurt me here. because when they want to hurt you, they know where to go for.
Yeah.
So I felt like she just shared a little bit too much about that she was triggered, because I felt like you share that with Ollie, and then Ollie reassured you why you shouldn't be triggered. There's no reason for you to repeat that outside of, like, especially the Cat, when, like, basically, like, especially when I don't trust Cat. You know,
and I guess my thing is, like, it would be fine to share if you were really over it.
Yeah.
If you could say, like, yeah, you know, we talked, like, this actually bothered me. We talked, we're actually good, and all that type of stuff. But the fact that Demi is not really in a place to where she's 100% sure of herself or the relationship, like you said, Catherine can keep poking at that area whenever she wants to get a rise or stir something up.
Yeah.
So, but Demi says that Ollie is not the one that's making her feel bad. Like, she's seen all sides of him, and there is a lot of depth to him. Catherine is just like, well, we miss you, Demi. Like, why should all of us be happy and not you? Like, just show us. We need to see it.
What do you think about that, Blair?
I was like, Catherine, you are such a B word. Why should we be happy and not you? Did she say she wasn't happy? Did she tell you she wasn't happy? And Catherine, why does she need to show you anything? You don't deserve to see nothing. Like, you're over here dealing with your own issues today. Worried about somebody who cheated 7 years ago, and it wasn't even on you. So I'm just kind of like, yeah, Demi, don't talk to Catherine no more.
Yeah.
Like, to me, she's fake. I don't think she genuinely cares about you, no matter what she says.
Yeah.
I think that she likes drama. I think she's an emotional person. And I think that in this moment, she's probably also trying to deflect off of what situation she's going on. And she's like, girl, we're all so happy, and you're not. Catherine, y'all are not in a good space today. And you're just lying. You're just lying.
She lied 2 episodes straight so far, right?
Yeah, I'm just like, y'all are not in a good space right now, and you're telling her that everybody's happy but you. How do you think that would make her feel?
Yeah.
So yeah, Demi, you ain't got to prove nothing to nobody, and actually feel it, know it, believe it, and go through your relationship at your own pace. Like, don't believe these girls talking about, we miss you, we want to see the real you, your personality. People have ups and downs.
Yeah.
And Demi can be low. Demi can be insecure.
Yeah.
Demi can be happy. She can be strong. She can be the entirety, the full range of what a human is. And she doesn't need to be this one person that you met over 2 weeks because that's who you met her as. She is a full-blown individual that can have her ups and downs, and she doesn't have to show you any one side of her. So
I actually remember a quote, and I don't know the quote exactly, but I'm gonna paraphrase it close enough. I think Kat was the one who said something across the lines of, like, you know, Ollie may not like a woman like Demi or something like that, kind of being passive aggressive, or basically like, you know, maybe he's into women like me more than women like you. What do you mean women like you compared to women like Demi? Right. The little microaggressions there and things like that. What do you need to see? They're not zoo animals. Their relationship is not zoo animals. They don't have to prove nothing to you, as Blair said. But here's the thing about it. We're going to see in this episode them poke and poke and poke and treat Demi and Ollie like zoo animals. Basically like something that they could see, something that, to Blair's point, as she read the notes, oh, prove it to us, show us, dance. You know what I mean? No. Let's keep going. So
Freddie tells Steven about the cheating conversation. Yeah. And he tells her, look, Kat did not take it well. Okay. But he doesn't want to lie to her. Okay. And Steven says, well, what's important is that you learn from that situation, and you've moved on. Yeah. Bobby tells Ollie that Jasmine was worried about Demi. Yeah. Then Jasmine comes over and decides to sit in between Ollie and Bobby. And I was just like, number one, okay, there was another seat for you to sit at. Facts. You could have sat next to Bobby another way. The way she came over there and was just like, move. I was just like, yeah, you're being a little on the disrespectful side. Like, what is your angle right now? Yeah. So she tells him, you know, you pulled Bobby for a chat. You should have talked to Demi first. And basically, Demi is not being the Demi that she knows. Demi needs reassurance. She is a insecure girl.
She said that is a quote. She said she's insecure, not have insecurities. She's insecure. Keep going, Blair.
Ollie says that he's getting overwhelmed. He wants to chat to Demi and nobody else.
Now, throughout this conversation, before he said he got overwhelmed, he agreed with Jasmine so many times. Yeah. He said, like, yeah, we talk and things like that. But she kept poking him. Yeah. Right? And I kept getting mad at Ollie. I'm like, Ollie, you don't owe her any more conversation. Just get up. You get what I'm saying? You let yourself get frustrated, but let's keep going.
So Catherine and Sabrina talk to Demi.
Yeah.
She doesn't want the fact that she's been in a shell to reflect on Ollie, and she's only getting more tense around everybody else. Mm-hmm. So Jasmine is telling him, so be honest, like, do you like her or do you not? And Ollie is like, of course I like her. I'm with her. Like, I'm in this thing. Mm-hmm. And she's asking, so where's your head at? And Ollie keeps saying, like, with her. Like, you keep asking me the same question. I keep telling you I'm with her. We're good.
Yeah.
So Jasmine keeps telling him that you need to give her reassurance. And Ollie is saying that he has. And this is where Jasmine said that Demi is the insecure girl. She needs reassurance. So Ollie's getting pissed off. Demi comes over to ask if he wants to go for a walk, and he says no, and that's just because he's already frazzled.
He already on hots.
Yeah, he's ready to go, and he asks her what she's been saying to other people. She tells him she hasn't said anything bad, so she really doesn't know where this energy is coming from.
And stop right there. That's usually the first thing that us guys go to. Who you been running your mouth to? Because I'm feeling like the freaking villain in here. He said, I feel villainized. Because everybody's looking at me like I'm like supposed to perform, and they are judging my every movement. When I talk to you, they judge me. When I don't talk to you, they judge me. When I talk to Bobby, they judge me. When I'm sitting down minding my business, somebody come in between and say, do you like her or not? And he's like, okay, where's this coming from? So let's start with process of elimination. Blair. Who in these commenters have you been talking to about me? So I felt like he was in his right to ask her, what have you said?
Yeah.
Let's keep going.
Ollie doesn't want their relationship under scrutiny.
Yes.
He's sick of being villainized and people coming at him wrong.
Yeah.
He is ready to leave.
Yeah.
And Demi, like, she's, basically they're trying to get him to cuddle her, to lay on the bench and all that type of stuff. And I'm just like, okay, here goes with the performance what is it? Acting, whatever, the performance now.
Performative, there we go.
Because you want to be cuddled up and all this type of stuff in front of everybody. So now you're trying to lay up with him while he's trying to have an argument or a serious conversation. So Demi tells him that he's overthinking. And she's telling her, look, Jasmine is just being protective. And Ollie's like, you got this girl over here talking to me. I don't know her that well. You really don't even know her like that. And Jasmine's like, don't be like that. Like, I do know. I mean, Demi's like, don't do like that. I do know her.
I did not like that.
Yeah.
You don't. It's facts.
You don't know her.
You don't know her. But keep going.
You don't know her that well. Ollie says that if you put too much pressure on this, it's going to crumble. It's going to make us distant. And then he decides to leave. And
here's the thing about it. She said, what do you want to do? He said he wants to leave. He wants to leave. He wants to go home. And then she said, well, then go. You know what I'm saying? Then he sat down for a little bit. He said, you know what? I'm going to go. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was wrong in this conversation. When I say everybody, Demi was wrong. Ollie, you was wrong. Jasmine, of course, you was wrong. Bobby, you was wrong. Let me start with Bobby. You're a weak man. Your woman was out of line. Right? And when I say out of line, I'm not talking about control her in the sense of a dog on a leash, but I'm talking about correct her. In the sense of, hey, don't talk to Ollie that way. You know what I'm saying? Like for one, you can't even come between us while we sitting.
Yeah, we're talking right now.
We're talking. You know what I'm saying? You sit here where there's a chair. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like don't insert yourself in other people's business. As Blair said on her sign, mind your business. You get what I'm saying? Demi, you're wrong because guess what? You see your man is on hots, right? But in that moment, you're trying, and the worst thing you do to somebody who is on hots is tell them calm down. Tell them you're overthinking. He knows what he feels. He feels the eyes, right? Because everybody's looking, right? And in that moment, you're trying to hold him or you're trying to get him to hold you. This ain't the time for some performative PTA. I said PTA. PDA, right? This ain't the time to basically like, okay, can we at least look like we're not arguing? No, I feel some type of way, right? And I'm not going to hide it, right? Ollie, you are wrong because when you say you want to go, you should have said, let's go.
Yes.
You should have took her with you.
We're leaving.
That would have made her feel better than any hug you could have gave her in public, any kiss you could have gave her in public, any reassurance she needed in public. Because in that moment, besides everybody saying Ollie storming off, everybody would have said they're leaving. Right? Everybody, I don't understand, and I don't know if y'all understand the microaggressions with this cast or with this episode, why is everybody so invested in Demi and Ali?
Exactly.
It's craziness to me. It's craziness. And it's to the point to where it's like they trying to find anything to poke at both of them.
Yeah.
I understand if it was something across the lines of like Ali's a bad person, don't be with Ali. But it's kind of like you're not happy, Demi. Demi didn't say anything. She just standing there. And then Demi just fall for the same banana in the tailpipe. You know, I'm trying to be myself. No, you did not give nothing to nobody to let people know you're not happy. Stop telling people you're not happy. You get what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, they gonna say, okay, we need to see you happy. You need to prove it to us. You need to show it to us. And I'm like, Demi, these people ain't for you. You're really just a circus act for them. And it's weird to me.
It's very weird.
Because I'm like, I don't really see the attraction of Demi and Ali's relationship outside of what they look like. What do you think about this scene?
Thoughts about the scene. First of all, Jasmine was completely out of line.
Help me.
You talked to Bobby about the situation. I don't feel like Jasmine needed to approach Ollie about it. I honestly felt like Bobby was probably the best person to talk to Ollie, since Ollie came to him with the whole Catherine situation.
You're right.
And if Bobby wanted to follow up on that and just kind of say like, hey, like, you know, these are kind of things that like I noticed and I just kind of run this by you, it would have been more accepted than Jasmine coming over in her interrogation mode and trying to tell Ollie what he needs to do and how he needs to be acting and asking if he's really into Demi and all this type of stuff. Because that makes me wonder, why wouldn't he really be into Demi?
Why?
Do you have a thought as to why he might not be into her?
Why?
And why you have to ask him 10 times? If he says he's into her, then he's into her. And leave it alone.
That's what he said too.
So that makes me feel like, are you having thoughts in your head that why Demi might not be good for him? Yet you're over here saying like, girl, like you're amazing, you're all this type of stuff, but you don't believe that somebody actually likes her. I don't know. It comes off very weird to me. Also, I think that Ollie, and I think that it can be hard, especially when you're in a group of people,
I guess,
and all these eyes and all these comments coming at you and flying at you. But I do think Ollie probably needs to get better at shutting out the noise or walking away from situations.
Okay.
He did, like you said, he didn't need to continue that conversation with Jasmine. He could have been like, Jasmine, appreciate it. Talk to you later.
Kick rocks.
Maybe not. I don't need you in my business. Like he really could have just told her, hear what you're saying, whatever, and just walked over to Demi and started having the rest of the evening have a good night with your lady. But when it comes to Demi, I felt like, why are you coming over here trying to be all performative? People were just trying to tell you, oh, you need to show us, you need to prove to us that you're happy, and then you tried to cuddle up with him when he's clearly upset. I'm just like, you're trying to put on an act for these people, like Chris says, who do not really care about you. They just want to poke at you and poke at your insecurities because like I feel like want to deflect off of their issues, because Catherine got some big issues right now and is worried about something that really don't have nothing to do with her.
Nothing.
So, and I also agree that Ollie, if you wanted to leave, you should have told Demi, I think it's time for us to go. Yeah. And even, you know, if you wanted to just not speak or whatever like that, just say like, Demi, if you want to say bye to everybody, you can, but you know, I think it's time for us to head out, so that you guys can be a united front, and not just for the look of it, but because you're actually in this thing together and you came here for each other. Yeah. Okay. So that's all I got.
And just to get just a little personal, just to let y'all into our marriage and things of that nature. That's why I don't double date. And me and Blair got a great group of friends, and I got a great group of friends as well, right? But there's something about, I'm gonna cleave to my woman, eat with my woman alone, a vacation with my woman alone. You get what I'm saying? Because I don't want to be performative. And granted, our friends is not that way, but I can understand from Ollie's perspective that everybody's basically telling you to perform. How in love are you? You get what I'm saying? And you kind of feel like this ain't for me. And I understand that. I understand this process can be hard for somebody who's not used to it. But at the same time, I feel like they are unjustly judging these two, like, for weird reasons that like hopefully comes out later on in like the season. But let's but let's keep going.
Yeah. So Demi and Ollie talk. Ollie is wondering if this situation is even for them. And I'm just like, okay, now you're letting everybody into your head.
Yeah.
Like, come on, Ollie. Like, you got to protect your neck a little bit better than that.
You're not spiraling. You spiraled.
So Demi said that this is marriage. This is not a boyfriend-girlfriend situation. Ollie says that he loves the experiment because it's put them together, but he's wondering if the experience is becoming more of a hindrance for them. So Demi and Ollie are both feeling overwhelmed. But Demi says, let's just kind of see how things are when we get back to London.
And it's funny because in that moment I did not feel like he was dumping Demi, Ollie, but in the same way I was kind of fearful that he was going to leave the show though.
Yeah.
I was like, what are you trying to say? And unfortunately these two people may not be for each other. And this is only episode 6. And my thing is, everybody, as Blair gave us the whole emotional wheel, people got the right to feel insecure, be insecure. Even though me personally, I feel like you should not be insecure. But, you know, Blair's more fair than I am. If someone is insecure as Demi and someone who can let people get in their head like Ollie, y'all don't need to be together. Yeah. Because somebody got to hold the fort together while the other person's having a meltdown. If both of y'all are the type to where one person melt down and then you melt down because that person melting down and things like that, y'all not good together. And I think because of Demi's lack of confidence to this point, I'm only judging her to this point, right? And the way that he didn't protect his neck, if he can't protect his neck, he ain't gonna protect his woman's neck.
Well,
dude, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like in that moment, Ollie should have snapped into defense mode and not only defend himself, but defend his lady in his relationship.
Exactly. Defend his relationship. But he took it as, I need to get away. I need to be myself. I need, you know, which I understand because he's been single for so long. But you're in a relationship. You're in an engagement. You need to be protective of what you are building and creating.
And so I asked Demi, would you want a guy like that?
Right.
So that's the harsh truth that revealed to me in this scene. Of if you can't protect your neck, as Blair said, how you expect him to protect your neck? Because he want to go home.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Let's keep going.
So everyone is packing, going back to the neutral apartments.
Yeah.
Or going to the neutral apartments. Catherine and Freddie talk. So the word cheat was not nice for her to hear, the fact that he did it before.
Okay.
He's worried if he may have planted seeds of doubt in her mind. And she says that we need these conversations. This is what's going to make us stronger. He just wants her to trust him.
Okay.
So Freddie is afraid of losing her. He has insecurities just like everybody else. He starts crying and he wants to prove to her that she has no concerns. I want to tell Freddie that you have not shown that she can't trust you. So I don't know why you have to prove to her that she can. She already put you in the negatives and it's very unfair.
Yeah.
It's unfair.
Be careful of people who make you reach for these vague expectations that's not even real. These phantom expectations of like, you got to prove to me that I can trust you. I just met you.
Exactly. I ain't done nothing to you.
I honestly did nothing to you. Now, to Sabrina, or not Sabrina, because Sabrina is actually a name on the show, but to somebody else that's on the outside of who I did that to, if I wanted to be in a relationship with them, then I have an uphill battle right there.
Right.
But with you actually get the benefit. Because if I am truly sorry for what I did in the past, I am going to make sure that I don't do it to the next person. That's the only thing that sucks about when like you cheat on somebody and things like that. And I don't know from personal experience because I do not cheat. I feel like cheating is a character flaw that I personally do not have. But I feel like usually whoever gets cheated on and things of that nature, that person, if they truly are sorry, they really never start over with the person that they really did wrong. They kind of be like, it's actually easier just to clean the slate and actually be a better person for somebody else. So that's why I don't even understand what's Kat's perspective on this, or even Freddie's, rather, the way he's like, I want to prove to you that you can trust me. I think
it could be like a form of reverse psychology. She feels like she's not good enough for Freddie, so now she needs to break Freddie down, so that way he doesn't feel good enough for her, and he's in a constant prove it mode, so she doesn't feel less than anymore.
And Freddie,
it's like the weirdest thing.
You're right.
It's the weirdest thing.
Matter of fact, That's not what it is. I mean, that's not what you think. That's what it is.
Yes.
You hit it perfectly, because throughout the whole time, she over here talking about you can model for Tom Ford, you a model and all this stuff. He's a funeral director, but she broke him all the way down like you're just like all the guys that cheated on me. No, he's a funeral director. You get what I'm saying? He got his funeral home. You get what I'm saying? So it's like you're right. She broke him down to where now she could kind of hold something above him. Yep.
So they are moving into the apartments. We've got Bobby and Jasmine. He's looking forward to getting his phone back, and Jasmine says she is disciplined with her phone. That's a hint to Bobby to the fact that she don't want him scrolling and texting and all this type of stuff.
That is funny.
So then Nicole and Benaya, he felt something was missing during their proposal, so he gives her a ring. I don't know if this was like a family type of ring or something, or if he didn't propose. I thought he proposed with the ring the first time.
I don't think
so. But he gave her a ring.
Okay. I don't know.
We go to Catherine and Freddie. Freddie asks if she's happy. She says yes. She is worried about the conversation about him cheating that has been on her mind.
Well, let it stay on your mind. We moving on.
So Demi and Ollie, they are here. They are moving in, and they are not quitting.
Yeah.
She is ready to see everyone. Ollie is not.
Of course.
He is tired of the outside noise.
Stop right there. That wasn't weird to you?
What?
We moved into the apartments away from we left Greece in a bad mood.
Right.
From everybody. We are now in an apartment to where it now is us. It's really us. And the first thing she say is she's ready to see everyone.
Because they got in her head to think she has to prove something to them every time she's around them. Like
Demi.
Yeah, give it up.
No. What do you mean you ready to see everyone? That's what he's like, hey. No, I'm not ready to see everyone. You get what I'm saying? Demi, stand up for your rights. Please. Like it just seems kind of, listen here. The same way as the crowd can praise you, they can boo you.
Exactly.
So that's why I'm like, this whole idea that she's like, she can't wait to see everyone. You literally just left everyone. But let's keep going.
And Demi says, you know what? We can, be ourselves and just be at our own pace, being here in the apartment.
Oh, how terrible. Like of course. Come on, Demi, wake up, girl.
Yeah. So Nicole and Benaya. Nicole asks if moving in together has helped with their connection. Yeah. Benaya says yes. He has glad that they have had a complete physical connection, if we can read between the lines. And the intimacy side has definitely progressed.
Benaya, I don't trust you. Nicole, I don't trust you. Blair's a fan of y'all. And that's all I got for that.
Maria and Tom. Maria tells Tom that he has been on his phone a lot. And she's like, we got to limit that a little bit.
Okay.
He says it's because he works a lot. He says you can tell a lot about people by what they do for a living.
Wait a minute. Why you just throw a shot at me?
He shares that he was judgmental when he heard that she was a makeup artist. He wants someone who can work hard and ambitious because he wants to live a good life.
What are you trying to say about me?
And he says, aren't jobs normally deal breakers when it comes to relationships? And Mariah is like, no. She finds it bizarre that somebody would judge her for what she does for work. So he tells us, the audience, that he would have assumed as a makeup artist, it would be somebody who's shallow or vain. Maria thinks it's judgy and ridiculous. No one could make her feel lesser. And she wouldn't want to share a space with somebody who would want to make her feel that way.
That's fair.
So he walks off, and then she starts crying in the bed.
What are your thoughts about, what was your inkling with Thomas?
Tom is too worried about appearances, I feel like. And I don't know if being in a relationship can change that, because maybe with being with Maria, he can see that, maybe I shouldn't judge people by what they do for work, because look at how amazing my wife is, But for him to go this long thinking this way, it's really hard for me to think he's going to change his mindset. Yeah. So I just think that he just sounds like a very judgy guy. And I can only imagine what his friends and family are like. Yeah. I don't know if they'll be like him or worse, or if their opinions or judgment of things is going to weigh heavily on him because he's worried about what it looks like to them.
He even says something when she asked him a question, and basically she asked him a question paraphrasing about appearance or just things of that nature, and then that's when he was like, well, that's the job of a PR person, of a high executive PR person or something like that, basically just champion himself up and things like that.
Yeah, that he needs to be on his phone and texting all the time.
And I'm like, hey buddy, relax, okay? You haven't even seen her work to judge her work. You know what I'm saying? Only thing you know is just the title that she has. Her only thing you know is what she do to make money. And my thing is, as long as she is paying her bills and able to afford the life that she has, guess what? It's no reason for you to judge. And now I'm starting to think, is this the season of optics? Is this the season of to where, like, how do we look together? Do people say we look good? Hey, make sure that you're happy. Show us. Like, it's a lot of like, prove it to each other as if it's like, as if it matters.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? I found that very interesting. Is there anything else?
That's all I got.
What do you think about this episode? I thought it was pretty good. Listen, I'm proud of us for not stumbling over each other, because I was ready to go at Jasmine. I was ready to go at Demi and Ali and Bobby and things like that. But I'm happy that we was able to get our thoughts out one by one, because what we was talking about off camera about how we go get them was wild. Okay. But what are your thoughts about this episode?
No, the episode is good. I feel like we're getting to see more about people's personalities.
Yeah.
Also seeing how people like to deflect from their own situations and focus on other people's issues that really aren't even issues.
Yeah.
So I'm just looking forward to seeing more and just kind of getting to how the couples really operate outside of comparing themselves.
Yeah. I am very confused about how Nicole and what is his name, Benaya? I wonder how they are, like the couple everybody's behind, but we will see. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, comment, all the above. We will see you then.
Bye.